All right, great morning, great morning, great morning. I hope that you guys have had a fabulous weekend. My name's Michael Reeves, Elite Seller, Facebook National Trainer, yay, with the Pampered Chef. I want to say thank you for taking the time to join us for our success starts now as we are working on our show atmosphere, creating show atmosphere. Today we're going to be talking about continuing that conversation, but we are going to focus on generating bookings. I do want to say thank you so much for your feedback and your comments, and we're getting lots of testimonials about people that have implemented this idea, that idea, and guess what? It's making a difference. So I hope that as you join us for these trainings and as you review them, pass them on to your team, you too are implementing some things that you may be a little weak in a certain area. You may need some more confidence in a certain area, and that you are utilizing that, giving it a try. Remember, we can't try something once and think that it's not going to work for us. We really got to stay committed to the task. So I want you to have a fantastic, fabulous February, and we're dropping the word busy. We're not going to be busy people anymore. We're going to be productive people. So my prayer for you is that everybody has a productive, very productive week this week. You know, at the beginning of our trainings, we talked about segmenting our day into 3 sections, morning, noon, night, and taking one thing in each one of those sections and focusing on that and getting that done. So I just want to say that again. You know, as human beings, we have to hear things more than one time for them to start sticking. And really, we have to do things for 21 days straight for it to become a habit, for it to become part of our routine. Another one of another thing that we've said is that success lies hidden in your daily routine. That is so true. That's why we're focusing on the word now, and we're killing procrastination, taking that out of the equation, because procrastination kills professionally, kills personally, causes extra stress. So what we do now does affect us later, and that can be in a great way. The action we take now, we can reap the benefits of later, and what we procrastinate on or don't do right now, we will reap those benefits or those consequences later also. So I hope that you're staying positive out there. If you're not staying positive, get connected to some positive motivation. Get connected to some positive motivation. Because it is very important, and especially in today's world with all the negative energy out here, that we can really become a negative Nelly ourselves. And we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. Our customers want us to be presenting in a positive way. They want to come and have a great time at your show. And you can't have a great time at your show if you are drained, if you are a negative Nelly, if you don't have anything to give, you don't have any positive energy to give, you don't have any inside yourself, you can't give anything. We can't give anything we don't possess. Woo, and that's some good preaching, but we'll save that for another video segment. So I've already started the timer this morning. I want to start off today with something that I learned a long time ago from a Mary Kay Senior National Sales Director named Rena Tarbett. My wife is in Mary Kay and has been for almost 23 years. And let me just say that you can learn from everything and everybody that's around you. And it's been a great pleasure for me to be a part of her organization and be able to get training from that organization. And so I want to start off with this quote that I learned many years ago, and it's kind of like hit home with me because I've always thought of myself as being looking at myself as being an economical person. I was not good on delegation. I'm still learning on how to delegate things, and sometimes when you have a controlling personality, if you're not careful, you'll try to think you have to do it all, touch it all for it to be a super success. So the quote is, get the pennies out of your eye so you can see the dollar. Oh, shut the gate and paint the barn red. How much so we may be doing that in our own businesses. And just a common example, one of the most popular examples of that would be conference. Oh, snap. Oh, my gosh, if you've never been to a national conference, or if you're looking at conference as, look at the expense of hotel, plane, depending on where you're coming from, the registration. But let me also say this, that may be exactly what you need. You may need to we do have to make certain investments in our business to be more successful in our business. And so that is just a really good example of deciding that I can't afford to go to national conference, that we, use that as an excuse, and so that we don't go, when actually going to conference could be the best thing that ever happens to us in turning our businesses around, connecting with other people, learning some additional skills that we may need. So I'm just going to encourage you. I know we got a long time before national conference, but you're going to have that come up on your team. You're going to have that come up in conversations, and it may even be somebody right here watching this video who has already started having those thoughts of, well, maybe this year I'm not going, or I'm brand new, I'm not going to go, I'm not going to invest that in myself right now. And so you need to do that. Another thing that we do in regards to that is sometimes what we do as far as giving away at our show. What type of, and then some booking approaches are we willing to do or invest in to turn our business around? So this morning we're going to talk about bookings and how to drive bookings. But I asked a question this morning when I posted a little while ago. How many of you would like to have a $3,500 day? How many of you would like to have 8 bookings in a day? And guess what? That's what happened to me Saturday. We'll shut the gate, paint the barn red. Actually, let's paint it green this morning, since we had such a great Saturday with only 2 shows, generated 8 bookings, generated over $3,500 in sales. Okay? That was just one day. That was just 2 shows. Okay? So why am I sharing that with you? Because that's going to what I'm going to share with you in driving bookings, and also working smarter and not harder, and what Pampered Chef has to offer. So let's also talk about some of the concerns that I've seen posted on Facebook since spring launch, and I've seen some things on director groups and other comments being made about, well, this isn't included in the free-for-all. Well, this isn't available for purchasing at half price. Okay? So this is one thing that I've learned to do in my business. I have learned to take lemons and make lemonade. And sometimes we need a different perspective on things, and we just need to build a bridge and get over some of this stuff. Okay? So let me first of all say, I'm not telling you that you don't have a legitimate concern. Okay? But also, as a business person, we need to learn how to look at what might be a legitimate concern, and let's look at what the solution is. Let me tell you what the solution is not. The solution is not, let's get on Facebook and start griping. Let's get on Facebook and start figuring out what can we do differently, and what can we do to achieve what we want to achieve. So the first thing I want to tell you is this. What about you creating your own free-for-all? Shut the gate, paint the barn red, okay? What do you mean, Michael, create my own free-for-all? So I told you also in the posting that I had an announcement about the new catalog, right? And I really want a true, when I say this to you in just a minute, I want to get some feedback. And it doesn't have to be right this second. It's great if you want to. But I want to get some feedback on how many people actually know what I'm getting ready to say after I say it, okay? So when I tell you about what is in this catalog, one of the things in this catalog If you did not already know that before watching this video, I just want you to be honest and give me that feedback, okay? So what in the world is Michael talking about? He's just going around and around and around in a big circle. No, I'm really not. It's all going to tie in together, I promise, okay? So let's start with this catalog, right? The new catalog. Woohoo! Okay, and let's go to page 59. Let's go to page 59. And so this is also about generating your own free-for-all, because as a consultant, what can we do? We can host our own show. I've already told you that time and time again already in the first 4 videos about doing that. Well, that means we have a host benefit program. That means we also get a commission on unlimited discount, right? If you like shopping, what better way to shop and get a rebate? Woo! What do you mean a rebate? Well, don't you know you make commission on all of the unlimited discount on the host program? Okay, so whatever your base commission is as a director or a consultant, you're going to make that on top of whatever discount you just got. So just for round numbers sake, let's just take that we have an $800 show, we have a 30% unlimited discount, and we have a 27% commission rate. That is a 57% discount if you look at it in that realm, in that perspective, okay? You just received an instant 30% discount off the retail price. You also just received a commission on that. So why not pull that commission out and go, boom, look at what I just invested here and look at the savings I just received. And that's on the whole catalog, folks. So no matter if it was in the free-for-all or not in the free-for-all, if it's available March 1st for sale in this catalog, it is available whatever it is that you want to pamperize your kitchen with or get your hands on or what you may not have earned. Now going back to page 59, because we're talking about generating bookings this morning, Patty, and we're going to talk about how we can take something that's already in the line, hadn't even come out yet. That has come out already, excuse me. On page 59, item number 2931 is the double burner grill pan and grill presses, the set. That is normally $250. There has just been a price reduction to $203. Now, if that don't light your fire, your wood's wet. That's an instantaneously $47 savings. And do you think that my customers aren't going to get super, super excited when that announcement is made at the shows in March? I'm going to tell you one thing. Hold on to your pantyhose because it might get blown off, because they're going to be flying off the shelf like hotcakes. And why is that? Because I'm already going to be able to offer this at $47 less than what it normally was this month. By the way, I'm not going to save that, for later. I'm still selling double burner grill pans. I still sold 4 of them Saturday, okay? So you still got to go through February, but just kind of forward think with me just for a moment, okay? So the people sitting at the show March the 1st are going to be able to get a pan that I've already been using for 3 years, that some people that are going to be returning to shows are going to say, oh man, that's on sale. I can actually say that this is now on sale March the 1st. And Michael Reeves, and this is where we want to get the pennies out of our eyes so we can see the dollars, he's going to do the and then some, and he's going to offer it for $199. Now, what sounds less to you? Patty, you can get this pan today for $203. Marie, you can invest in this pan today and get it for $199. $199 is always sounding cheaper and sounding less than $203, and it is. It's $4 savings. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to offer it at $199, and I'm going to give my customer a $4 consultant gift that is going to be 100% tax deductible, okay? And they're going to fly off the shelf. And we're not even talking about the new product yet, okay? We're not even talking about anything that's brand new. So do you see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to look at how we can be proactive, and let's not be reactive, And let's also use some business smarts in looking at what we can and what the company is making available to us. Okay? So if we're doing that, and that's just one idea, okay? If we take that idea and we run with it, how much better will the sales be? And if you take that one idea as a consultant and you just offered that to have your own show, okay? Have your own show that you could turn in for March 1st, that boom, you just created your own free-for-all to get whatever it is that you want of the new product by selling a product that's already in the existing line. So people who are initially thought or think that when I started talking about creating your own free-for-all, and they were saying, oh, well, I don't even have anything of the new product to even show at a March show yet. Well, there's your product. There's your double burner grill pan that you can get today if you don't have one. And you can go ahead and start showing that now. Now, I'm always going to tell you to finish your month and to finish your month strong and not to get ahead of yourself, okay? But I'm also going to say this on the flip side of that coin. Have you thought about having a show the last week in February and that being a spring fling show? And that way you can sell from the new catalog so that you're able to transmit the show March the 1st to expedite your free-for-all that you've created for yourself a little bit quicker, okay? And then the next question for all the technical people out here are going to be, well, I can't figure that up on the computer. I can't put the orders in at the show if they're buying new product. Well, that means you have to do the old school way. You have a calculator on your smartphone, shut the gate, paint the barn red. The company just sent you some books. And if you haven't, if you go ahead and get 750 turned in, any day now, they're going to send you 25 more of these. Okay, so you don't have anything in them yet. So y'all see where I'm going with that? Do you see the potential that has to create a great benefits for you as the consultant, okay? So that you can get what you want out of the free-for-all, but you can also run with that. Now, I'm going to tell you, this double burner grill pan thing, y'all know that's one of my favorite products of all time. And that is going to be, that's going to be one of my main focuses right there when the new season rolls over, okay? Also, don't forget to look at some of these other things on page 59 as a set. Did you see that we have the mats and the color-coded knives and the new colored tools? Did you hear on the Today Show earlier today, Today Show today, that what's trendy for 2018? Color, color, color. All right, so that's going to be the fashion trends, pops of color, pops of color. Well, Pamela Chef's on trend with the pops of color. Just look how colorful all those color-coded knives are. The new basic tool set and the new, not the new, but the new colors that were introduced last season in the mats, okay? So all I'm telling you is just get excited about some things that's not really a whole lot. You know, you don't have to do a whole lot of changing around to get excited about. The knife block set came out September 1st. I can't tell you how many of these knives that I'm selling. And I'm selling them because they are just awesome knives. They've been redesigned. They carry a lifetime guarantee. But they're also $120 less than the last set that we had last season. Okay? So, you know, using some verbiage like that, everybody's always about, let me have the verbiage, let me have the verbiage, let me have the verbiage. What do I need to say? What do I need to say? Okay? So make sure that you look, kind of take a gander, take a look at these things. Who wants great knives? Everybody needs great cutlery. And it's less than it used to be. Oh my gosh, 6 knives, the block, the honing device. Okay, so just get excited about that, okay? All right, also last week, I mentioned you always want to take the best of the best and the most versatile, okay, of your product And so make sure that you work up to that. You know, even our brand newest consultant who may be limited in what they may have, oh my gosh, make sure you're working towards getting and pamperizing yourself with the rock crock, okay? Because it cooks everywhere. Make sure you have the double burner grill pan if you don't have one, because that's in stovetop, oven, gas, coil electric, ceramic stoves. It works on everything. So absolutely love what we have to offer. And make sure you're pamperized yourself, okay? All right. So I hope that that announcement gets you excited and that you do run with that. And that if you are in that situation where you don't have what you want to have with the fall products, the spring and summer products, then make sure that you set up your own show, take advantage of those things, and never, never, never forget your unlimited discount. I tell you something that will help you as you check out with your host, and I know some of you, you know, your host just goes on there and does their own order, but let's not forget to incorporate the personal touch, okay? Because you know what? Let's just use this video as an example. It would be so much more fun if this living room were filled up with all of you here and we could be live together. But I could have also sent this information that I'm giving you this morning out in a mass email. Now, watching this video and hearing me speak to these things and seeing emotions and all of that is a whole lot more fun than just getting it in an email, right? Would you agree? So don't think that just because you have a host that has sent out everything on Facebook, has put all the guests in, has done her own order or his own order in their own cart, that you don't need to follow up before you hit transmit on that show and say, thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate that. Now, did you realize you do have an unlimited discount of 30% off on your show? I see you've put in the free items, you've put in your half price selections, but I don't see anything that you went on your unlimited shopping spree with. Now, I'm going to tell you that is one of the biggest overlooked benefits to our host program that is available to our host. They do not realize it's unlimited. And if you look at the back of the book, and this is the way it's been, and maybe we can correct this, it says on the back, it's got the sales, it's got free product value, it's got half price, it's got product discount. And it doesn't say unlimited product discount. We could do some word changes up here too, a little, to maybe make that more clear to people who are just kind of looking at this and going, what does that mean? Because some people just think that it means one item, or it means that I get 30% off for a year off of all of my purchases and that kind of thing. So it needs to be a little bit more clear, but let's make sure as consultants that we know what that means and we can always tell them. Another thing also, I love how we incorporated up to 1,200 because it used to stop at 1,000. But let people know that the more they sell, there is no glass ceiling on how much free product they can earn any time during the year. So you don't want people to think that 1,200 is it. That's the max. Once I've sold 1,200 in sales, I'm not going to get any additional free product, because that's just simply not the case. So we need to educate our hosts and make sure as part of our host coaching that we're doing that, okay? So remember, 30% unlimited discount, or even if at the 20% level, that it's unlimited and you get paid commission. You're not being paid commission on half price items or 60% off items, which are great benefits and great features to the program. But you also want to make sure that they're also taking advantage of their unlimited discount. And most people don't take advantage of it because they don't know about it. And most consultants who are so excited about their $2,000 show that we just had Saturday, and you earned this amount free, they're not even remembering to make sure to say, now what did you want to do with your unlimited discount, okay? The highest amount so far to date in my career for a host order after the free and the half price on the unlimited 30% off has been over 1,600, okay? Over 1,600 that the host added. as a 30% discount. That is a show within a show, okay? And that could be for you too, but only if you are aware that that is available. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, okay, so we got to stay on track. Everybody having a good time so far? I hope you are. Okay. All right, so we've already talked about the double burner grill. We already talked about having your own free-for-all. So let's drive home with some booking ideas, okay? And how to drive bookings at shows. First of all, I want to tell you that it is always easier to book a show from a show than it ever is to try to solicit business outside of the show. Now, can we do that? Of course we can. Do we need to make sure that we are? Of course we do. That's not what I'm saying. But if you want to have a calendar that stays full, if you want to have a calendar that you're in control of, then make sure to book your shows from the shows. Now, you can do close-in bookings. You can do, not so close in. So let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. I have one more February date that I wanted to fill that I had not filled yet, and that was February the 12th. That is next Monday. So Saturday, I had an emphasis on February the 12th, and guess what? I booked February the 12th, so now it is gone, okay? I also have every Saturday that I am working, with the exception of Easter weekend, booked and through May the 5th, okay? Through May the 5th, and it is February 5th. All right, so am I telling you to book far out? I'm telling you to book your shows when you have your store open. And you know what that looks like and what that is. But knowing the dates and knowing when your store opens, that's the first thing that's going to drive bookings. Second thing that's going to drive bookings are you talking about what you're going to be doing, having a great time. You know, it's a great time right now. At February shows, we'll be talking about what? The new season starts March the 1st. I'm so excited about the new season. So you guys get that, okay? What people don't realize is the simplicity of everybody's having a good time at the show. They're actually entertaining the idea in their mind that they want to have a show or that they may have a show, but then the ball is dropped and we don't go the extra step to get them on the calendar because we kind of say things like this. Oh, when you're ready to have a show, Lisa, just let me know. I'm ready. You know, I'll get you on the calendar. That is not going to work. That is going to be... that kind of kicks the can down the road, okay? I don't know why I didn't put it out here on this desk this morning, but it's in my office. Getting a paper calendar. Now, I know that some of y'all don't want to hear that. Some of you are like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want nothing on paper. People can't see and maybe even understand your cell phone, okay? So if you have a open book, let's just use this right here as a pretend calendar. If we open this up like this and we have it setting on the table where we are working our full service checkout and we have it color coded, I have little sticky notes and I'll make sure to show y'all the next video. I have sticky notes on the dates that I work, that my show is, my store is open. And it is full of whatever else that I've got going on in my life with a different color. So people know, number one, that I'm busy. So when they see, and we don't use the word busy, I'm productive. When they see how productive I am and how many things that are going on, you know what? That sets a precedent that when they book, they don't cancel. Because there's nowhere else for them to go. There's nowhere else for them to be moved to. Okay? So you're already setting that, precedence that I'm a very productive person. I've got a lot of things going on. Okay? All right, secondly, if I write them their booking on a sticky note and they need to be moved for some reason, I can just pick the sticky note up, move it to the next date without having white out, without having crossing out, without making my calendar look all messy. So that helps us to keep that focus on this is what's going on for this month. Okay, what day works best for you? Now, I'm going to say that when you ask somebody, so let me back up just for a minute. Because we've had the show, show's been fun, people are excited, but we don't ask them, when would you like to book your show? We sometimes want to be an informer of, now we got this going on, this going on, this going on, you know, new products coming out, 60% off this, blah, 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 blah. Instead of just simply saying, did you have a good time tonight, Crystal? When would you like to book your show? This week or next? Okay? So close-in bookings, these are just some questions to ask. And you always want to be asking questions for your guests to answer back. Okay? So that's what I'm going to ask. When would you like to book your show, Crystal? This week or next? If I have dates then. Okay? If I have dates then. Also, I've noticed over the years of booking that people typically go with my second choice that I give them. I don't know, some kind of default in our brain that we want to, once we get over the fact that we're not going to say no now, because that's the first thing that we've already got pre-programmed is we're going to say no. That second thing is that about taking the second choice. So let me just use this for an example. If I want to book a Friday night show this week, and I have a Monday and a Friday, but I want to do the Friday, I'm going to say, which works best for you, Bobby? Monday or Friday? Now, I'm going to shut up until Bobby answers. And she's going to say which one works best, right? But all I'm saying is people tend to go with the second choice. So the second choice for them needs to be your first choice. I didn't know we had to be a psychologist to be a great booker. Okay, but that is something that I have learned, and it's something that does work, okay? All right, and to give two choices. Always have two choices to give the people, okay? So it doesn't look like, yeah, I got 17th, that's it. 17th doesn't work, they're not entertaining the next idea. Okay, so let's just back up just for just another second. I just get so excited. Can y'all tell I get so excited? Y'all remember enthusiasm is contagious, okay? And I am sold myself, all right? So anywho, let's talk about as we get through the show demo, okay? Let's get through the show demo. We just did a great show presentation. This time for them to eat the food. I've blessed the food. Now it's time for them to fellowship. I've gone over what the specials are for tonight's show. And after I get through with this, what the specials are for tonight's show, this is the next thing I'm going to say. If you've had a great time tonight and you'd like for me to come and do a show with you at your home, I want you to grab one of these host packets off the table. And I want you to bring a host packet with you to the full service checkout. Okay? Again, the verbiage is, if you've had a great time tonight and you'd like for me to come and do a show for you at your home, I want you to grab one of these host packets off the table and bring it with you to the checkout. Okay, and whether that is a catalog show or it is an online show or it is a cooking show live. Let me tell you what that does for you, okay? First of all, I take 6 of these, okay? And all this is, because I know that's what the questions are going to start being. What in the world's in there? What's in there? What's in there? Okay? 6 envelopes. And guess what? Before I was a planner, sometimes I didn't have anything in this envelope except just laying the envelope. So it is a visual trigger that he just said, if I want to book a show, to grab a packet. And I lay these, if I'm in a living room scenario, they're on the coffee table. If I'm in a kitchen scenario, they're on the kitchen table. Okay? And I take these out when I get the books out, which we've got to talk about that, not today. We're going to talk about that later. But that's when I take this out. This is not setting out from the beginning of the show. This is out now after the excitement, after the shizzle, after we've already done the cooking, we've done the demo. Now people are excited and it's time for the next step. I take these out, lay them on the table. Why do I do that? Because before I laid these out, even though my show was good, my show was fun, I did not get near the bookings. Do y'all hear me? I did not get near the bookings that I do now when I take these out and lay them out on the table. And also it drives commitment. So we're talking about driving bookings, and we're going to be finished in here in just a few minutes. But this is what they grab. And now, guess what the consultant sees and feels. You now see somebody actually interested in having the next show, which makes you more excited and gets you excited because now the packet is passed from the table. They're picking it up and you're like, yeah! You know, in your mind, I've got business. I just got future business. Because beforehand, we can be sad, mad, feeling bad, and getting depressed because we're like, nobody's really showing any interest in having a show. And you're at the full service checkout, nobody's coming, which we're going to address that. How to have a controlled environment on a full service checkout and having a success there. But that really excites you. That gets you motivated. And guess what else happens? And this is the biggest thing. Mary just grabbed a packet and there's Jan going, woo, I'm going to get mine. Let me get my packet. Okay? All right. So it's usually multiple bookings. All right, 2 shows Saturday, 8 bookings. One of them for next Monday night. Okay? So just saying, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to twist arms and break legs. You don't have to beg and steal and borrow and try to say, can you please have a show for me because I need to go green? No, they're not interested in helping you go green. But they are interested in having a good time, and they are interested in, you know, having you come over and taking advantage of the host benefits. But we hadn't even really focused on host benefits yet. Okay, as another verbal announcement we're going to do. So what's in the packet? Because I've got a very productive week this week, by the way. All right, so it's a catalog. 1, did y'all hear me? 1. We're not giving away 25 catalogs. All right, so they get a catalog. They get a mini. Now, this is an older mini because I don't have the new ones yet, but they get a mini. And the minis are great tools to, you know, for especially the seasoned guests to be able to see what the new and up-and-coming things are that just came out. And then this, party planner. Party planner. Well, Michael's being too old school for me. Well, I believe in being visual. I believe in something in their hand right then to keep them exciting, to drive excitement, okay? And if you got something in your hand versus you got something on a text message that gets inundated with other text messages, and then I can't find that text messages that Heather sent. Boom. You lose this, you got some problems. Anyway, so I put their show, date, time, all that, and I text them, okay, the flyers for the month, the 60% bonus, and an outside order form that they can print off if they need it, okay? So you don't, this is all that Michael Reeves is going to print right here, okay? The back is the most important, and this is just saying this is what you need to work on now. Even the people that booked for April and May this weekend, they need to start writing down who they want to invite. Even though they've got them on Facebook or whatever and they're going to invite that way, they still need to write them down so they don't forget anybody. Guess who gets mad about, guess what happens to guests who don't get invited to shows? They get mad. The guests get mad that they're not invited. And usually they're not invited because you overlook them. So if you start making that and putting it down as a visual in front of you and go along day by day and adding people to your guest list, then you're going to have more guests invited. Now, consultants, the more guests you have invited, the more people that are actually going to show up, the more sales are going to be, the more bookings are going to be. And that's going to be another video because there is a method to that madness. The numbers do work and the numbers never lie. Okay? The numbers never lie. Yes, somebody's asking about this right here. This is a party planner PDF from Consultant's Corner. Michael Reeves doesn't spend any time recreating forms, redoing anything. It's called Party Planner. It's a PDF. Download it, and that's where you get this from. It's off the chain. We have so many resources that the home office has already developed. Why are we trying to recreate things? Okay? Make sure you don't do that. All right, so there is that. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about driving bookings, and then we're done. I think I've had a good time today. I hope you guys have. Is something that changed my business several years ago, in 2006 actually, because I don't know how many of you know my story, but I was not a people person. I was a tow truck driver and an automobile mechanic. I didn't like people. I was under the hood of cars, towing cars away. I was not a people person, okay? My wife will testify that one of the benefits that I was going to be receiving from getting married to her was she could talk to anybody. And I didn't need to be able to talk to anybody because I was marrying my mouthpiece. Woo! And there's some other dudes out there that can relate to that. But I said that to say this. It is a learned skill on how to start talking to people and starting having fun with the people. And then you can, too, talk to anybody. Because now I'm just all over the place. But anyway, in 2005, I actually started working the business. Because for the first couple of 2.5 years, I barely did anything, having 0 shows. I wasn't successful at all. I didn't even understand why in the world am I here? Why am I still here? So I had to learn after I started working a couple of shows and started learning the process and how to make it work. I needed to be able to, one of the problems was I don't have enough bookings. How am I going to get enough bookings to actually have a balance to be able to make the decision one day to be able to do this full time? Because I could see the benefit. Life changed a whole lot for us right after my daughter was born, but I could see the benefits of being able to do Pampered Chef full time and not have to worry about 12, 10 hour, 12 hour, 14 hour days. Okay? And that's what it used to be as far as a work schedule. So long story short, what could I do to generate bookings? So this is one thing that I did. I took and looked at my show schedule and I'm like, this is good, but I need to be doing more shows. So I took something out of the catalog that a lot of people were interested in, but they rarely bought at my show. And that was the stainless steel mixing bowl set, okay? It's a set of 3 bowls, item number 1735. Back then, they were like $70, $75, I think. Now they're $99. But people were taking that money and they rather would purchase multiple items. So this is what I did so that I can cut to the chase. I presented at the show, as I talked about the bookings and, getting bookings. And I'll just use this as an example. So you guys, did you have a good time tonight? Not to mention all the great benefits that Pampered Chef has to offer for our hosts. You too can take advantage of that. But when Patty has at least 3 bookings tonight within the next 90 days. Now that was the window I used. It could be 30 days for you. It could be 60. Don't let it drag on any more than 90 days. Just want to throw that in. When Patty has at least 3 bookings to hold and close in the next 90 days, she's going to get all of these benefits from the Pampered Chef from her show tonight, but she's also going to receive those awesome stainless steel bowls, a set of those, when the 3rd show holds and closes. She's going to get that absolutely free. All right, so let's hit stop for a minute. How in the world am I going to give a $100 bowl set away? Well, if you divide 3 divided by the cost of what the bowls could be, which if you're hosting your own shows or you have someone who's not utilizing all their half-price items, let's just use, for the sake of round numbers, $100 divided into 2 is $50. Now divide that by 3. That would be what the investment would be that you would be making to get 3 additional shows on your calendar. Now, you don't go out and buy a bunch of bowls and have them stocked. I would get them after the 3rd show held and closed, and I would have that would come back to me or come back with a show, and I would take those to Patty. Now, it doesn't have to be stainless steel bowls. I'm just using that for an example because all of you have been in the business or are in the business or know somebody in the business, your director, your upline, who can help you, guide you into what is a product that people really are interested in, and it piques their interest, but they're not buying it because they are over here getting all of this other stuff, you know. It might be maybe a rock crop, you know. It could be whatever you wanted it to be, and it doesn't have to be for 3 shows. Now, I did it for 3 shows, and let me just tell you the results of it. So I started that at the beginning, at the end of 2006, and I did that for 12 months. I did it for 12 months to build consistency, okay? And guess what happened? I gave away 5 bowl sets, and I tripled the amount of bookings and was able to say, now I can make the decision that I can really do Pampered Chef full time, because it's not that you've arrived, but you move up to a different level of consistency. So you wonder sometimes how people continuously do what they do. Well, it's because they've built a consistent business and they've built a system that now people are counting on you to be their Pampered Chef consultant, their Pampered Chef man, and they're doing business with you year after year after year after year, and you're always constantly meeting somebody that's new and meeting new people, and you're never in the same circle of people anymore. So I know there's some struggling folks out there who are wondering, how am I going to get out of this circle of friends? That could be one issue. The same old circle that I'm actually in all the time. I've pampered them out, blah, 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 on and on and on. Well, this is one vehicle that you can use, take advantage of, to get out of the same circle of friends. Now, how in the world did you do all of those tripling bookings, but you only gave 5 sets away? Because they have to hold and close within the certain time frame. They also have to hold and close and be a qualified show. Now, at that time, my qualified show was not 200 or 150. It was 300, okay? Your qualified show, I think a very reasonable qualified cooking show live, even for the newest of new, is for $400, $500 show. Could be your qualified show. Now, you decide that. You're running your own business and you know what your needs are, okay? But you don't want to go out and have a whole bunch, have 3 $200 shows, and now you're giving away a rock crop, even if you did buy it at half price. The point is to get the bookings. Now, let me also tell you, let me elaborate a little bit what happens. So you get these 3 bookings initially. Booking 1 usually always holds. Booking 2 can go either way. But let's just pretend booking 1 holds, booking 2 holds. Well, booking 3 fell off the bandwagon. I'm sorry, Patty. You know, Lucy didn't hold her show, so we're out of that time frame to get those bowls. But you can always rebook again with me, and we can go with it again. But now let's hit rewind, because booking 1 held and booking 2 held, so Tammy and Marie's shows held. Well, you did the same promotion at Tammy's show. So what happened at Tammy's? Well, Tammy got 3 or 4 shows booked on your calendar to get the extra bowl set, because she's got that goal. Marie got 3 bookings. You just got 7 bookings from doing 2 additional shows, because you just had an extra and then some promotion that Marie and Patty and Tammy all wanted. And now those people are not only booking because it's a fun time and you've put this out there, this will change your business by itself, but now you've also got these other bookings, and the host is behind it. It's not a consultant, because everybody's got the fear of the salesperson's out to get me. Okay. Y'all like that, didn't you? Okay? The salesperson's not out to get you, but they like Marie a whole lot better than they like me, because they're Marie's friends. They're Tammy's friends. So it's just smart business. So not every show will pan out. But my goodness, isn't it wonderful that now we've got a whole calendar filled up, and we have choices, and we've got bookings for the next 3 months, and we're not sitting here struggling. We're not worried about. Now that we have the bookings, can I just stop right here and say this for a second? Nothing happens unless somebody sells something. That's something else that I learned. Nothing happens until somebody sells something. So we can have recruiting challenges, we can have trip incentives, we can have all of this stuff, but if there are no bookings on the calendar, then that no bookings equals no sales, equals no trip, equals no commission, equals no business partners. And if you're not a successful consultant and have a successful show system in place, why do I want to be on your team? If you're struggling and you're complaining and you're whining instead of shining all the time, why do I want to be a part of your organization? How are you going to make my life better or enrich or bring anything to my life if you are just the most unpleasant, unhappy, dissatisfied person that I've ever met in my life? That is food for thought, and that is a whole nother video. But I'm just saying. So everything that we do starts with a booking. Every single thing, because successful hosts make the best business partners. Successful hosts make the best business partners. And they also are going to stay with you. They're going to stay with you on your team because now they have a system that is so successful. Okay? That right there will change the whole 2018 for you. And will give you more bookings than you'll know what to do with. Okay? Not all will hold. A lot will. But it'll also get you out of those circle of friends, the same old circle, because you're meeting so many more people. Because Marie knows people that Tammy didn't know. And you know, Lisa's going to know people that neither one of them knew. And you didn't know any of them. So that's how you can move forward. So I hope that you'll take a little time today and look at maybe where you stand with bookings, what you can do to change that, and what you can add to the atmosphere at the show. You can certainly do the laying out of these envelopes, okay, and making sure to announce to grab one of these and bring it to the checkout so you can get your show booked tonight, because people are going to be committed to what they booked at the show, and they're in front of everybody. They leave the show, they're not calling you back to order. The majority of the time, they're not calling back to book either. Okay, the majority of the time. There are some exceptions, but we build a business on rules, not building a business on exceptions. Okay, and then this extra, and then some incentive, like I just used the example with the bowls, or whatever it is that you want to do. That will just boom. Like I said, 12 months of that, 5 sets of bowls. Was it worth it? You better believe it was. And if I needed to do something like that again because I got a dry spell, or I don't know what happened, I just went to sleep, whatever I needed to do to regenerate my business, that's one of the fastest, most productive things you can do to generate or regenerate your business. Okay? All right. So that's all we're going to talk about. I've got to do some more productive things today. I've got a big show tonight. I'm excited about that. I think we have about 17 guests coming tonight. And the next video we are going to do that probably next week. I'll send out the date and the time. And we'll go ahead and start working on, we'll revisit some of this right here, but we definitely want to start working on controlling the checkout. That's going to be our next video, controlling the checkout, okay? So please make sure, if you have questions, to post those questions. Post your, results, your testimonials. That's been really helpful. I know we've got home office people that tuned into these videos. We've got national sales directors. We've got consultants and directors. We've got over 1,200 people on the page. So I want to say thank you for your commitment. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for putting ideas out there that are going to be helpful to help us all grow our teams and our businesses and be more successful and be more productive in 2018. Okay? So I want you guys to go out and have a great day. I want you to have a fabulous February. It's hard to believe that February's here. It's already the 5th. You know, we're moving right along here. So let's concentrate on what we're doing to make it happen. Also, don't forget, if you did not know about the double burner grill pan thing in the back on page 59 of that new catalog, I'd like, if you just found that out today on the video or as you watch the video, please let me know that. I want to know who knew and who didn't know. Okay? So I love and appreciate all of you. Go out, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.